The internet promises this huge global marketplace, right? But for millions of small businesses, it ends up feeling more like a tiny local street corner. So how do you actually break out? How do you win online? That's the big question we're going to tackle.
Just picture this for a second. You've got this brilliant artisan shop in Lagos, Nigeria, making incredible handcrafted goods. How in the world do they sell to a customer who's ready to buy, but is all the way over in Nairobi, Kenya? I mean, it's a massive opportunity for sure, but it's also a huge marketing and logistics puzzle.
And for millions of entrepreneurs across the continent, this isn't just some fun little brain teaser. It's the absolute key to their growth. And honestly, in a lot of cases, it's the key to their survival. Cracking this code changes everything.
And that's exactly where this new kind of expert comes into play, the growth partner. Now, this isn't just some virtual assistant. Think of them as a strategic force multiplier, a secret weapon really, designed to help a business absolutely crush it online.
So what is this growth partner really? Well, on platforms like AfricaConnect, their official title is Listing Manager, but that name doesn't even begin to cover it. You should think of them as a dedicated expert who manages a business's entire digital storefront. They're part strategist, part marketer, part data geek, and they are 100% focused on one thing, driving sales and expanding reach.
And when I say their role is comprehensive, I mean it. They handle everything. It all starts with high-level client strategy, then moves to creating professional listings, optimizing for search engines and price, handling all the customer communication, and then constantly analyzing the performance data. They're literally managing every single piece of the online sales machine.
So how do they actually do it? Well, the best growth partners don't just guess. They follow a very clear 3-step playbook. It's a system designed specifically to turn those casual clicks into paying, loyal customers.
And this is the playbook right here. It's the core of their entire strategy, and it's so powerful because it's so simple. First, you have to win the right client, because a great product is the foundation of everything. Second, you craft the perfect listing, and third, you analyze the data to drive growth. See how that works? Each step builds on the last. It's a repeatable path to success.
All right, for this explainer, we're going to zoom right in on the absolute heart of that playbook. Step 2, crafting the perfect listing. This is where the magic really happens. This is where all that strategy turns into actual sales.
Just look at the difference a simple change can make. A seller might just list leather bag. I mean, that tells a buyer next to nothing. But a growth partner, they use a formula. Product plus feature plus location. And all of a sudden, leather bag becomes handcrafted leather handbag, premium quality, Lagos. The difference is night and day. One is just a label, the other is a story, a compelling sales pitch in a single line.
And this thinking goes way deeper than just the title. The big problem most people have is they just list features. 100% leather, brass buckle. The solution? Tell a story. You frame the problem the customer is facing, you present your product as the hero, the solution, you highlight the real-world benefits, and you finish with a crystal-clear call to action. You're not just selling a bag anymore. You're selling confidence, you're selling style, you're selling quality.
But does all this strategic work actually pay off? Oh, absolutely. The data couldn't be clearer. Investing in a 2-month professional listing package can easily double or even triple your money. And if you extend that to a full year, you're looking at a 5 to 7 times return on your investment. This proves a really critical point. Strategic visibility isn't an expense. It's an investment that just keeps growing over time.
Okay, so we've seen the strategy. Now let's get to the good part, the results. Let's see how this playbook actually translates from clicks into real paying clients. Because at the end of the day, the proof is always in the performance.
And there it is. This one number, it just says it all. Businesses that work with a growth partner see a typical increase in customer inquiries of 200 to 400%. That's not a little bump. That is a complete business transformation.
And this is how they do it. This is the analyze and drive growth step in action. They don't just look at raw views. That's a vanity metric. They measure what really matters. The view-to-inquiry ratio, the inquiry-to-sales conversion rate, even the geographic reach of their listings. It's a totally data-driven approach to make sure every single part of the sales funnel is getting better and better.
Now, I don't care who you are or what you sell. Every single business owner has heard this phrase, the price is too high. It is the most common objection in sales, and it can just stop a conversation dead in its tracks.
But a trained growth partner knows exactly what to do here. They don't get into an argument about price. They completely reframe the conversation. Their expert response is to shift the focus to value.
They explain that an investment generates returns, while an expense is just, well, it's just a cost. This is such a critical mindset shift that they bring to their clients, teaching them to sell on value, not just on price.
You know, this role is about so much more than just selling stuff online. It actually points to a much bigger trend about the future of specialized work, and why, even with all of our amazing technology, human expertise still matters, maybe more than ever.
Let's just look at the evolution for a second. We went from traditional marketers to digital marketers, then things got more specific with e-commerce specialists. But this is the next step, the platform growth partner. It's a role that is becoming more specialized, more strategic, and frankly, more essential every single day.
So here's the key takeaway. This isn't just another freelance gig. It really represents a new class of hyper-specialized professional. These are the experts on the digital front lines, the ones driving real, tangible economic growth for small businesses all over the world.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. In a world that's becoming more and more driven by AI and automation, could it be that the dedicated, strategic, human expert is actually the ultimate, unbeatable competitive advantage? Something to chew on.